In this part we will cover all cabin with planks. So I will put origin about here, and I will go with Shift A and Q. Scale this down and scale this. I will type on y-axis 2 cm or 3 cm and scale this on x-axis. Next I will isolate only this object with numpad/key and apply scale. Ctrl A, apply scale. Now I will bring this white material to this object and I will go with U projection, and in UV editor on right side I will press numpad/key to bring this object here, and I will unwrap this, so scale on left side. And I will go here with bevel modifier to add little bevel here, and I will type maybe 1 cm here or 5 mm, so I will add here 0.5. Next I will rotate this on x-axis, so press R and X to rotate this little on x-axis, but I will see in layout how this look. So we can go to viewport shading here, and I will bring this to about here, and with Shift D and Z duplicate this object and duplicate this one more time. Now I will back to UV editor and I will just select middle plane here, and I will reproject this to about here and also with this one. And let's duplicate this one more time with Shift D, Z, and now also make some variation left in UV editor. Okay, we can now back to layout and we can again isolate only these 3 objects, and we can make few seams here. So I will go to edit mode and I will turn off this material preview, and I will go with Ctrl R and I will add 2 segments here, and we can go with Ctrl B, scroll mouse to add 1 more segment, and Ctrl minus to subtract this selection, and I will move this. No, I will first select only this middle edge here, and I will move this inside a little, so we can see better in this solid preview how this look. And with this one we can add only 1 seam here, so Ctrl B, Ctrl minus, and we can just scale this. And here maybe we can add 3 bevels, so Ctrl B, Ctrl numpad minus, and just scale this a little, and we can press G, Y to move a little along y-axis. And let's add 1 here and another one here. So let's go with Ctrl B, Ctrl minus, and scale this, and G and Y. With holding Alt we can select all this line and now Control B, and we can grab only this edge here and move along y-axis. Now we can back to our scene with numpad/key. And we can go here with Control R and add one segment here and another one here. And if we go to X-ray mode, we can just add another one loop cut in the middle, and if we press delete and vertices, we can delete only this part between. So I will copy these three objects also, and go with Shift D and Z to duplicate this along Z axis. And we can do the same. We can in X-ray mode add a few loop cuts here, another one on left side, and if we select this middle part and press delete vertices, we will delete this middle part, but I also select this down, so I will add, let's add on this plank one support loop cut here and another on left side, and let's now delete both of these. So delete vertices, and we will delete all this part here, and do same with this one. So Control R and one support loop cut here and delete these vertices. Now just be sure to select this in X-ray mode. So let's select this line here and delete the vertices. Okay. And now we can with L select this loose part and scale little on X-axis. And let's now duplicate these three objects, and with Shift D and Z bring this up. And let's do this one more time, Shift D and Z. And we can fix these little problems here, but this is not so important. So we can move this on left. These little intersections here. So just select this in X-ray mode. Okay, we have one vertices here, so delete vertices, and let's move this little on left and this one on right. And also delete this and just fix this. And let's now duplicate these three parts here and go with Shift D and Z, move this on Z axis, and I will now go again with Shift D and X, move this little on X axis. So I will move this all to end and Shift D and Z and move this down, and we can also duplicate this part here and Shift D and X. Cover this part down and Shift D and also two planks here. Let's duplicate these three parts here, Shift D, Z, and move this to about here. And I will now go to edit mode and add a few loop cuts here. Okay, and we can now go to X-ray mode and we can delete all these parts we don't need. Now we can make one test render, so I will go with F12 and see how this looks. So this is before and after, and we have now real geometry, and you can see here, especially on this shadow, how this reacts with light. Okay, I think I will move this door now a little out to about here. Next I will do here, I will add a lot of imperfections here, so we can go with Ctrl R and add loop cut here and add few seams. So Ctrl minus and scale this down, and just repeat this process. And I will also grab some of these faces and I will rotate this along x-axis, y-axis, and we can rotate all this part R, Y, and if you hold shift you can slightly move this. Okay, and just repeat this process, so RZ to rotate along Z axis, and we can also, maybe we can delete this few of these parts and see how this looks. Okay, let's now compare before and after. So this is before and after. Okay, I think I need to scale this door because now too much lights go through. So just press S to scale this door. But I think I like this detail. Maybe it's a little too much, but you can compare these details here, before and after. I will cover also this part up, so we can duplicate these three objects and we can go with Shift